It's time for Wrestling for the Culture, where we take a look inside to see what the wrestlers of color have been doing this week. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Wrestling for the Culture. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, of course, is brought to you by the Wrestling Wrealm. Make sure you are logged in and subscribe to the Wrestling Wrealm on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, we're there. And if you want to contribute to the show, maybe you want to, bless us with a couple of dollars, feel free to go right on Anchor and become a supporter of this show. So, Wrestling for the Culture, what are the wrestlers of color doing this week? Let's get right into it. As you know, the WWE has brought back the King of the Ring tournament. We saw Cedric Alexander advance with a victory over Sami Zayn this week. We also saw two competitors who will be wrestling this week. We saw Ricochet, who teamed up with The Miz last week, and they were victorious over Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre. So can't wait for the matches this week coming up. We're going to find out. Can Ricochet, can Cedric go all the way? How cool would it be to see those two in the semifinals before the winner will ultimately represent Monday Night Raw to face the winner of SmackDown in this tournament? Make sure you go on BrianHWaters.com to check out what I had to say about how I feel as far as the King of the Ring. So, Sasha Banks, she kind of let us know what she did, or did she? Not really. This past week on Monday Night Raw, she said, look, you're welcome, when she was asked why did she do what she did, why did she attack Natalya, and if that wasn't an insult to injury, she would beat up Natty again backstage, even going as far as to tell her, Natty, go to hell and tell your dad hello. Woo, that was kind of cruel. We'll see where this goes. Natalya has been nursing an injury. She was hurt apparently in the championship match at SummerSlam. So we know I think it might be official now, but we're almost certain we're going to get the Boss versus Becky Lynch coming up at Night of Champions. Kofi Kingston. So this past Monday on Raw, the New Day was attacked by Randy Orton and the Revival, and we saw Randy Orton pretty much hold Kofi Kingston to watch the Revival really do a number on Xavier Woods' knee. And this week on SmackDown, Kofi Kingston will retaliate, beating up Orton, and as he was about to do some serious damage, the Revival came out there. It didn't matter, they got it too. So, this is getting personal, but it's great to see that the WWE Champion Kofi Kingston is not to be played with, and that is why he's been one of the greatest WWE Champions to have a first title reign. Usually it takes a while for people to get used to seeing somebody with the title, and you're like, I don't know how this works. Just go back and look at guys like Edge, like Sheamus. First title reigns wasn't as good as their later title reigns to come. Everybody couldn't be, say, a Seth Rollins or a Shawn Michaels. So let's move on. We saw last week, we talked about Jordan Miles on NXT winning the Breakout Stars tournament. This week he made it official. He will be challenging Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. So this is going to be interesting. There's a lot of social media memes made up about Jordan Miles. You look right there. He does look like he's dressed for Right to Censor. For old school fans, you may remember that group. But nonetheless, I want to see what happens. Can Jordan Miles become the NXT champion? This guy, if you've been watching him, like I said, we covered him before right here on Wrestling for the Culture, doing some of his run in New Japan and all over the independents. So it's great to see this guy right there in the WWE umbrella. I know personally it was cool. I'm looking at this right here, and I can remember being backstage at an ROH show in 2013, and you had Jordan Miles, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole was all on that show. So it's it's pretty cool to see these guys going out there and achieving their dreams. This week, Mia Yim was victorious over Vanessa Bourne. Go on Twitter. I didn't get a chance to put the tweets up, but go on Twitter. You saw they had a little back and forth. Ultimately, Mia Yim was victorious. Unfortunately, she would be attacked by Shayna Baszler, as Shayna Baszler admitted. Mia Yim took her to the limit like nobody else did before, but she just came up short at TakeOver, and Shayna Baszler's her goons would take out Mia Yim, unfortunately. So, she's been able to get past it before. I think it could be possible that if Mia Yim gets a rematch with Shayna Baszler, you will be looking at a brand new NXT Women's Champion. And Baszler knows that. That is why she wanted her side by side instead of being on enemy lines. Moving on. Fox Founders Day. As we know, SmackDown Live is going to Fox Sports. Now, there was rumors that Fox Sports 1 was going to get NXT, but the USA Network in the bottom of the ninth inning came up and scooped them, and so NXT will be a part of the USA Network. All the hard work Triple H has talked about is finally paying off, but you can check out more of that on last week's episode of Break It Down with Brian H. This week, we saw a new champion being crowned for the 13th time. R-Truth defeated Elias R-Truth defeated Elias to become a 13-time WWE 24/7 champion. Don't you remember when Ric Flair was a 13-time world champion? I don't care what y'all say. I like this 24/7 title. I mean, it has R-Truth written all over it, and that is why it's going to be so interesting. He's made that title. Nobody else. Well, Elias is doing his thing, so is Drake Maverick. I got to give them the credit too. But this is a title that makes you want to see and tune in. And then we had a Fox Sports host, Rob Stone. Just when Truth was out there doing the segment, just talking about everything he got to go through, always got to turn his back and wonder what's going on. He tripped up, and Rob Stone said, no, we need a ref. 1, 2, 3, we got a new WWE 24/7 champion. But Stone would lose the title right to Elias a few seconds later. So, a lot of stuff going on with the WWE 24/7 title. Like I said, I like it. I know some people may be, Nah, it doesn't bother me at all. So, moving on, we're going over to CWF Mid-Atlantic. And as the vacant title was on the line at the 16th annual Johnny Weaver Cup. And during this tournament, we saw Big Arik Royal defeat. Well, first let's talk about the semifinals match, where we saw Roy Wilkins defeat Ethan Alexander Sharp, and then we saw Big Arik Royal defeat King Justice. And in the finals, I don't have that picture, but you can see right here. This is Big Arik Royal, in the ring. But in the finals, it was Big Arik Royal becoming the CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. So congratulations to Big Arik Royal, always doing his thing. If you haven't, make sure you check out his matches. It's a reason he's on the cover of this week's Wrestling for the Culture. So we're moving on to Evolve 133, and in a tag team championship match, anything goes. The Evolve Tag Team Champions AR Fox and Leon Ruff were victorious as they defeated Joe Gacy and Sean Malatula of the Unwanted. So AR Fox continues to do his thing over there. And then we're going on over to Defy Wrestling at Defiance Forever, where a Defy and PCW Ultra Tag Team Championship match, War Beast was successfully victorious. The War Beast consist of Jacob Fatu and Joseph, successfully defeat No One Lives, the team of Derek Drexel and Dr. Cleaver. So congratulations to them. Yeah, Jacob Fatu always doing his thing. So, moving on, as the Black Wrestling Alliance presents New Black Gold. I'm about to call it New Gold. It's Black Gold. Black Wrestling Alliance presents Black Gold. Shout out to my boy over there doing his thing, making sure Dazzle for Shazzle, making sure he getting to you all the latest in the Black wrestling community. And so we'll start off. Oh man, I didn't get Chris Bay's picture. So we'll put that in post-production. Yes, Chris Bay continues to make history, becoming a triple champion for the second time in his career, and at winning as he became the Without a Cause champion. He is also the Future Stars of Wrestling Heavyweight champion and the Maverick Pro Revolution champion. Now moving on, we're going down to Going down south, as Yaya is a now double champion, as he is the Pro Wrestling Bushido Creatives Con champion, and he was also going into this match North Carolina PWX's Pure champion. So Yaya is doing his thing, racking up these titles. Now we're going over to the UK, as Warren Banks is the new Hope Wrestling champion. For those who may not know, Banks has a Nigerian heritage, and he won his 6th title of his career and 3rd in Hope Wrestling after being the Hardcore and Future champion in the past. And the team of Task Force, that is Mikey Spandex and Dante Marquise, are once again the Go Wrestle Tag Team Champions. D. Dre Fresh is your new Gold Rush champion, Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Platinum Division champion. Excuse me. So congratulations to D. Dre Rush. And then last but certainly not least, Phillip Arthur Classic is the Lucha, the LA Lucha first ever Lucha Battle Royal winner. So congratulations to everybody out there performing. Make sure, like I said, you follow Black Wrestling Alliance on Instagram for all your latest news and updates. More than likely you're following them, but if not, you know where to find them. I mean, they have a lot of people. He interacts with a lot of people, especially people like MVP is a loyal follower of the brand. So that's just one to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. It's time to hit the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Wrestling for the Culture. Make sure you tune in to Break It Down with Brian H. this week. You know, we got to talk about this King of the Ring. While you're at it, go on to www.brianhwaters.com, where you can find all the latest updates. What's going on what's on my thoughts? What am I thinking about? Certain things I want to talk about. I haven't decided what I'm going to write about, For those Power fans out there, I might write about Power. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. Click the button. Turn on the bell notification. That way you're notified every time there's a new show. And stay tuned, because the real Dwayne Allen and I definitely have some shows coming up. But make sure you also get on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook and follow us there if you're not doing so already. Until the next time, folks, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this week's episode of Wrestling for the Culture. For more episodes or more content from the Wrestling Wrealm Network, hit the subscribe button down low. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. Till the next time, too sweet.